As soon as someone tells me to defund the police, the next thing I say is give me your definition, because we need to be talking about the same thing. And clarity is important. If you're saying defund the police means disbanding the police department, then you and I are not on the same team. Law enforcement is a prerequisite to prosperity, and it should be done right.
Hey everyone, that was a clip from the Real Talk session hosted by Verizon Media earlier this week, which offered a range of perspectives on policing, protesting, and social justice. Guests included Eric Adams, the Brooklyn Borough President in New York City, Michael Mata, Dallas Police Association President, and our own Mike Mason and Ramji Louis. You can find the full replay of that conversation on the web. And speaking of Real Talk, earlier this week on Up to Speed, Jeremy got to chat with former NYPD Commissioner Bill Bratton about our amazing first responders. And yesterday we heard from Nikki Palmer about how 5G networks have the chance to transform transportation, among other industries. But what do those two very different topics have in common? Well, today we'd like you to meet Vikas Sharma, an exceptional V-teamer who bridges both worlds. Take a look.
My name is Vikas Sharma. I joined Verizon last year as Business Development Manager in the Verizon Smart Communities division. I grew up in India, so the traffic congestion over there is horrendous. So I always used to think, why is there so much congestion and why am I spending the time that I could spend with my family sitting in a car? And that's what really drove me to this field, like how do you really solve congestion problems by using technology? The US roadway system is one of the biggest networks in the world, right? So just the idea of installing sensors along the entire network of roadways, about $180 billion, just an estimate. And on top of that, the maintenance could be horrendous, right? As a communication provider, we have an alternative play here. Everybody's traveling with a cell phone in their pocket. How do we leverage the wireless network that we have, the cell phone as a sensor, and do the same thing with minimal investment required in terms of sensors on the roadway, right? And we've actually, done testing to prove that it actually works.
I think he's a employee, a team member with high degree of ethics. I think he's a really, really good role model for the rest of the team because he is so driven. His background in public sector is something that has come to us as a huge asset. He comes at it from the standpoint of, how can we actually work together and always partner together to make our communities better places for us to live and work.
And I come from a very patriotic family. I grew up in India and my uncle was actually a major in army. I saw that, our armed forces have to really sacrifice a lot so everybody can live safely. And I was really very drawn to that, essentially. I used to commute to downtown Los Angeles and I would take the train every day. And, I developed some friendships with some of the Los Angeles County deputies that actually were on the train. And I became a volunteer in 2017, I believe. And I also was looking at the time on what kind of technologies the department was using. And I felt those systems were really archaic. So I thought maybe there's an opportunity here to kind of bridge that gap as well. I had some conversations with the Sheriff's Department on the use of technology and combating crime. And I was always given the feedback that, hey, it'd be great if somebody like you could actually join our ranks. So I would have to go run from my office all the way back to the academy and be there at 5:30. And I would be there until midnight. I put in an application with the department and I was sworn in February of this year. As a reserve deputy, you work 20 hours a month. I handle that mostly on my personal time, which is the weekends. You have to be on top of your attention at all times, right? There's no margin of error here. I feel like 99.9% of the officers or, deputies that you see out there, they are doing this because they are passionate about serving and protecting. They're not doing this for the money. So I think as citizens, we need to be respectful of that. I'm at an employer that actually works with the department. So I'm really grateful to be part of the team that supports what I want to do in my own personal time. I really like working here. I have one of the best bosses I could ask for. And I've been a wonderful partner so far.
Speaking of exceptional V-teamers, today's installment of our My Why series features California's Amanda Kegley, a multi-talented district manager whose promotional hashtag of choice just may be trending by the end of this segment. Let's get to know Amanda.
My name's Amanda Kegley. I've worked with Verizon for 12 years, and I'm a district manager in Orange County, California. I live in Laguna Niguel with my family, my fiance, Abigail, and our children. Dance parties, cookouts, fashion shows, you name it, we have done it. It really sparks my joy being with them. I worked at GTE. as a part-time sales rep. I loved the excitement and the challenge that came with learning the technology. A lot of my friends who worked at Verizon were sharing with me some of their experiences. It got me curious, and I went to a job fair and left as a Verizon employee. What inspires me every day is the culture that we've built here at Verizon. I feel safe sharing my story and being myself in my workplace. The investment that has been made on my own personal and professional development is one of the most rewarding experiences for me. I feel like #Amanda for Director could go viral after this. So any next step in my leadership career, I'm looking forward to, and I know that I'm going to be challenged all along the way. I love cooking. I spend a lot of time making recipes for my friends and family, my neighbors. I also love art, and any way I can get my hands on a medium, I'm out there doing it. This is an amazing company that cares about their employees, is in service to their customers, and shows up for their community. I think it's such a great experience to be able to come to work and work with a group of people that accept me for who I am. I could not be more proud to be part of this organization and represent them every day.
Amanda and V-Teamers like her are just one of the reasons that we as a company continue to be so successful after 20 years. And speaking of our 20th anniversary, be sure to keep watching our Next 20 series, which focuses on the issues that will define the next 20 years. In the next episode, debuting next week, Sabeel Marcellus from Yahoo Finance hosts a two-part panel on how small businesses can rise up and rebuild. Should be a great discussion. That episode will debut on Tuesday, August 18th. Okay, next order of business. Have you shared your friends and family code yet? Well, you've still got time. Here's Jeremy with a little help from an expert on how you can do it.
Hey, you all know recently we introduced our friends and family discount. We can offer to our nearest and dearest who haven't picked Verizon yet to switch to us to get the best discount on both mobile and home service. Hey, I need some help doing this though. Haley Stewart, one of my friends from the telesales group, joining me now. Haley, how are you and how do you close the deal? How do you tell people to switch to Verizon?
I am doing great. Thanks for asking. So as far as switching to Verizon, it's really easy. I like to ask, what is it that you're looking for out of your cell phone company service? Is it a mix and match plan? That's something that we actually have. So we have several different unlimited plans available, for our customers to cater to their needs. If you're a gamer and a streamer, you might need our greatest Get More plan. If you're not so much that, we have our Start Unlimited plan, as well as we have our Just Kids plan for our kids out there. So really, we have different things to cater to your needs as far as your streaming goes, as well as other benefits that we have, with having Verizon service. So with those unlimited plans, we do have Apple Music. Everybody loves listening to music, and most people, have Apple phones, but even if you have a Samsung phone, you can still get that Apple Music. So that's super awesome there. We do have the Disney Plus, which everybody loves that. I do, especially catching up on all my childhood movies and things like that. So that's a great benefit there as well. We also have the Verizon, the Visa card, which is recently what we launched. So I love that. You get a discount with auto pay with the Visa card, and that's the only credit card that you can use to pay your bill. And you also get Verizon Dollars, so that's super awesome as well. So just by paying your bill and whatever purchases you need to protect your devices, you get extra points with that. And then of course the service, right? You want the latest and greatest and the best service there is, and we've won time and time again, the #1 service. So those are just points that I kind of call out, and it really works for me.
Yeah, it sounds like a lot of reasons to switch, a lot of good things for me to keep in mind. So in your circle, your friends and family, who were the lucky ones to get your codes?
So I recently just got my two best friends. They just switched over, so we found them an awesome deal, and they got a great savings on there, so that worked out for us. And then as well as my mom and my sister, so we got them on over as well. Nice,
a whole bunch of people. You don't really have any more codes to use. Maybe I could get you to help. No, just kidding. I'll take care of my own. Anything else I can do to get people to switch?
Really just tell your story. Just tell them all the great things that you benefit from with Verizon and how awesome your service is everywhere you go, and all your cool perks that you get just with paying your bill and being a loyal customer and all the great things that we have are really good just selling points there.
Customers can combine these with our latest and greatest device promos as well. You can see all of those at verizon.com/deals. And don't forget, if you're a Fios home customer, you also can take advantage of friends and family and also get that great mobile and home discount. Haley Stewart from our telesales team, thank you so much. I appreciate you.
Thank you.
You can get your codes right in the My Verizon app or on VZ Web or the Street. And you know, another good reason that customers choose Verizon is, of course, Verizon Up. Right now, customers can get amazing accessories and more sweet discounts right in the My Verizon app. But it's not only deals. Customers donated $2 million to No Kid Hungry in the second quarter and contributed throughout the year to other charities like the American Red Cross, the Arbor Day Foundation, Donors Choose, and more. Nicely done. That will do it for us today. Have a great weekend, everyone. Until next time, you're up to speed.